really tell us a secret right now. I know it's been 2 years. We got to get it right. It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and we're talking about a business decision that we regret, a bad business decision. This comes from Tashira Simmons, that's DMX's wife, on Carlos King, talking about DMX making some bad business decisions. Here's what she said.
They asked X about the Barclays Center. They called him and said Jay is in, and they want to know if you want to put in $1 million to get in. Unfortunately, I hate to say ignorant, but it's when you're ignorant and we don't have any real business sense. X didn't want to do it, and now look.
Could have had part of the Barclays. Now, Chella is here, Chella H.
That's right.
And we previously talked about some things like as an artist from Chicago that you could have done that you didn't do.
For sure.
I even think about myself. When I bought my first house, I had an opportunity. One of my friends, her family, they were selling off a couple of the properties that were passed down to them. Mm-hmm. I could have bought this amazing, huge, beautiful house, and I passed on it. It was such a great price. It'd probably be worth, I would say, about 4 times what they were selling it for today.
Wow.
About 4 times. But it was it needed a lot of renovation.
Right.
It was a 1-family house. That's what it was zoned for. So I really wanted something that was a 2-family. And then the first house I bought was a full gut renovation that also was included in the price.
Right.
And so while I regret that decision, I don't know what it would have been like for me. I didn't know any contractors. I wouldn't have been getting some income in, but it still would have been a beautiful property. I mean, it's a beautiful house. And then there's definitely a lot of contracts that I wish I wouldn't have signed where I had to pay people. My first ever agent in radio, he was awful and never did anything for me. And then I had to pay him out until my contract was up. And he was like, I don't care. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But anyway, we want to hear your guys' regrets because that's part of life, right?
Yeah.
Nay, what's a bad business decision that you regret?
I was saying, I think a bad business decision I could have hopped on was maybe 10 years ago. My grandma had a friend whose son wanted to, come to America for school, and they wanted me to marry him so that he could get a visa. But I was so young and scared that I dodged it.
Why do you think that was a bad business decision?
Because I could have been up right now.
How much was they going to give you?
Well, I know for the initial marriage thing was supposed to be about $3,500, and then for every year we're married, I was supposed to receive funds.
I would say
how much?
You said for every year, how much?
Oh, I don't remember for every year, but I know the initial to get married, they were going to give me $3,500, and then they were going to give me something every year.
Let me tell you what was going to happen.
Ain't that much.
They would have gave you $3,500, and then after that, he wouldn't have gave you no more money. And then you would have been really upset, and then he would have been staying in the country because y'all would have got divorced, but he would have been okay by then, and you would have just made $3,500, and that's it, and you'd have been mad.
And they was cutting you because people be getting way more than that.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm glad I didn't do it, but again, I was 18. I'm about to be 28, so it was a while.
That $3,500 might have went a long way. All right.
Hey, who knows?
Well, thank you for calling. Who knows what could have happened? Maybe y'all would have fell in love.
Right.
Hey, Sharina, how are you?
What's up, Sharina?
Hey, y'all. How y'all doing?
Hey.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain.
So what's a bad business decision that you regret?
A bad decision that I regret making, I was being elected to run for the school board in my town where I'm from, and I just felt like it wasn't my ministry at the time, so I was like, I didn't want to do it. And fast forward about 3 years later, I'm back in New York, and I'm back in the same town. I'm like, damn, I could have been doing my big one for my students all of this time, and I just really regret that. But I am going to pick up where I left off.
That's what I'm
ain't
saying.
too late.
Yeah, it's never too late. You still got it.
Yes. Can I give a shout out to my principal?
Yep.
I want to shout out Principal Sibbs at Wyandotte High School. He's doing a great job over there with the students. He took our students to Africa last year. That was the first time that's been done, so big up to him.
All right. Thank you for calling. And you can still do it.
And
Go
it's
for
it.
Thank you.